If you like to make your NFL games a little bit more interesting, you've come to the right place. It's the Even Money Podcast with Ross Tucker and Steve Fezzik.
Yeah, Vegas, baby, Vegas. It is the Even Money Podcast. We are presented, of course, by DraftKings. I'm Ross Tucker, former NFL offensive lineman at Ross Tucker NFL. You can check us out at Ross Tucker Pod. Lots of people, and I mean lots of people, like to watch us. YouTube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. He is Steve Fezzik. He's the man. He's been a long-time professional sports bettor, the only two-time winner of the Super Contest out there. Follow him on social media at Fezzik Sports and only at Fezzik Sports. Steve, we got a lot of games this week. We got no buys, which means we have no time to dilly-dally. We got to get right into it. Was not the best week for us a week ago. For those of you that are new here, maybe you want to bet the Thanksgiving games or whatever, we are one of the few shows that shows our work in two ways, right? Number one, we go over our bets from the week before, so you can hear us talk about the games we hit on, the games we missed on, and what our overall record is. And number two, you can see it in black and white. Patreon.com/RT Media. Shout out to Brandon Young, Joe Dilly, Kevin Reiner, Andrew Henriquez. More and more people wanting to see the beautiful spreadsheet from Grade save themselves time for less than $10 a month. Just become a Tuckheads member. Patreon.com/RT Media to see in black and white the bets that you hear us make here on the show. Steve, for the week, I was down 7 units. You were down 2 units. So for the season, I'm up 20 units. You are up 14.5 units. The teasers, second week in a row, teasers didn't come through. Only 2 of the 4. It's amazing, Steve. 2 of the 4 don't come through, and you lose a lot. 3 of the 4 come through, and you win a little. We've had weeks where they've all come through. We'll start, though, with the Browns and the Steelers. I lean to the Browns getting 3.5 at home. They won outright. Steve, you lean to the under. It snowed a lot. They scored more points in the snow than they did before it was snowing.
I think I had under 41, and obviously it went as low as 36.5, so that was beyond frustrating. Closing line value, worthless.
Yeah, we had down at the time that the total was 36. All right, Lions, Colts. We had the Lions in a teaser leg from -7.5 down to -1.5. That one hit. That was good. Speaking of hitting, I had the Panthers. Only 1 unit, though, Steve. I had the Panthers getting 10.5. They took the Chiefs to the end. They only lost by 3. You leaned Panthers. So for those of you that wish we bet more games, remember, we're betting to try to win money. So we only bet if we think we're feeling really strongly about it. But you can always bet our leans, and they usually are pretty good. Giants, Bucks. Man, you lean to the Giants. I took the Giants getting the 5 points. I thought they might get the Tommy DeVito boost. We do this show Tuesday morning very early. I did not realize that the entire Giants team despises the organization now for this decision. The comments from some of the players later in the week, I mean, I never would have taken the Giants getting 5 if I knew they were that mad about it.
Never again. Even the rookies are speaking out and not getting
I know.
Backlash.
They're all getting fired. It's terrible.
Yep.
Patriots, Dolphins. We both teased the Titans down to the Dolphins down to -1. That also came through for us. So we were 2 for 2 starting out on those teaser legs. Bears, Vikings. You leaned Bears. I took the Bears getting the 3.5. Might have gotten a little fortunate there at the end, the way the Bears came from behind at the very end. I'll take it. That's one of the reasons why you take teams getting the points, because late in the game, a lot of times they can backdoor cover. They can find a way to get back in it. Thank you, Caleb Williams. I let us down, Steve. Me personally. I'm in Houston for the Titans-Texans. We teased the Texans down from -8 to -2. They lose outright, Steve. Will Levis takes 8 sacks, throws a pick 6, and the Titans still won the game. bad. It was just, look, the Titans were better. I mean, that was just a bad pick by us.
Not a fluke. The Houston offense is terrible right now. Terrible.
Cowboys, Commanders. It's another one. I put 1 unit on the Cowboys. I love getting 10.5. They won outright. You leaned Commanders. Commanders are in a bad way right now. I should have put 2 units on these other bets. Darn it. Broncos, Raiders. I put 1 unit on the Raiders, getting 5.5. That would have cashed if Minshew didn't get hurt. I don't know what the deal was with Ritter, and I really don't know what the deal is with late in the game and Antonio Pierce, former teammate of mine. I love the guy. What was that clock management, Steve? They never used the last time out. They don't kick the field goal, although I was happy about that. I thought maybe he was doing that for me and my 1 unit on the Even Money podcast, trying to go for the touchdown late.
So I want you to text Mr. Pierce right now and say it's not his fault. He's got 100 things on his plate. Have his analytics guy in his ear and just do whatever the analytics
He
guy
has a
tells
game
him.
management guy. I mean, that might be the problem. Maybe he needs a new
He
game
doesn't have to
management
manage
guy.
anything. He just has to hire someone to tell him what to do. Done.
Yeah, he did. And that person's evidently telling him the wrong thing, or he's not
Get
listening
someone
to
who's
him.
competent. Yes.
Packers, Niners. That was our other teaser leg. Again, when we recorded this, we had no idea Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa wouldn't play in the game. Man, Steve, I think it benefits, it helps us more than it hurts us because we get ahead of the line movement sometimes. But man, when it hurts us in terms of some of these bets.
By Wednesday, I was all over. The rest of the week, I had the news and I was all over Green Bay. Too late. Sorry.
Brutal for this show. All right, Seahawks, Cardinals. I leaned Cardinals. You leaned Seahawks. That lean came through. Eagles, Rams. You had 4 units on this game. I leaned Eagles. You love the Eagles. You put 2 units on them. You put 2 units on the over. They smashed the Rams 37-20. Saquon and the gang are an absolute wagon right now. You got 4 units from that game, primarily courtesy of the Eagles. And then last night was our only real best bet that came through, Steve. It was the over, and it was our DraftKings crowning moment. We had the over 51 in the Chargers-Ravens. Thank goodness Justin Herbert came through with that late backdoor touchdown to get the over for us and get that win. Crowning Moments is presented by DraftKings. Submit your winning bets for a chance to be featured. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Harbaugh,
and Steve,
absolutely.
you think, by the way, I had 2 units on the Chargers getting the 3. They were up 10-0, and it still blew up. So again, already told everybody what we are for the year. We were 2-5 on our best bets because of the teasers. So for the year, we're 48, 38, and 3 on our best bets, 54% strike rate. I know you were telling me before the show, you think Harbaugh did the right thing. Tell me why.
Yeah, not even close. So he's 2 minutes left, 4th and less than 1 yard from his 16. If you punt the ball, the Chargers have about a 2-point advantage because they're going to have the ball like on their own 44 and they're going to get the last possession of the half. If you go for it, 80% of the time, almost, you're going to get it. If you get it, you're actually slightly favorable the rest of the half. Now, it's a disaster if you miss, but if you miss and you only miss 20% of the time, the Chargers have about a 4-point advantage the rest of the way because the possessions now probably break 1-1. You probably get them. After the Chargers score, you probably get one last possession. So you add up the math, it's not even close. It's absolutely correct to go for it with 2 minutes to remain was the key there.
Less than 2 minutes.
Well, if there was 30 seconds left, it would be wrong. But with exactly 2 minutes, it breaks perfectly to go for it. Yes.
Wow. Well, he certainly trusted his folks, and he went with it. It definitely works when Lamar Jackson throws a touchdown pass to Bateman after that. All right, let's dive into this week's picks. Steve, before we get into these bets and hopefully have a bunch of best bets, my best bet is that West Shore Home is going to do an unbelievable job installing my 2 new doors tomorrow. It's tomorrow. I'm so excited. My wife's more excited. My daughters are even more excited. You know why? Because our front door looks spectacular. And now they're going to do the side garage door and the door to my detached garage where my office studio is here. So fired up. You can get free installation plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. Showers only, by the way. They're still guaranteeing install by Christmas or it's free. And this Friday and Saturday, if you have West Shore Home come out to your house, they're offering an exclusive in-home discount, the largest savings they've ever offered, only this Friday and Saturday. So go to westshorehome.com/Ross to schedule your no obligation quote today. westshorehome.com/Ross. You can even be drinking some Labatt Blue Lights while they come over and give you the quote. Why not? If you do the quote, you can automatically ask Steve a question. Just get the free quote, westshorehome.com/Ross. Send it to me, ross@rosstucker.com. And then when the guy comes over to your house and gives you the quote that you can consider for a Christmas gift, you can drink Labatt Blue Lights with your friends or family, your wife, your kids. I don't care. Live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly. Beer, Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York. I love it. Thanksgiving week, always fun. We got 3 games on Thursday, Steve. We will start with the Bears. They're getting 10.5 against the Lions. The total is 48.5.
So this is going to be a shocker, Ross. I never do this. I make this game 13.5. 2 units, Detroit Lions. It's just going to go higher. The Lions are an absolute juggernaut. I got them 9.5 better than an average team, and the Bears are way worse than an average team. Lions, 2 units.
Wow. That is wild to me. I mean, I was going to take the Bears 10.5, Steve. Now you kind of got me a little gun shy on it.
The best team in the NFL, motivated at home against a garbage team that just played back-to-back home division games. They lost both in the Bears in close games.
I don't care. 1 unit on the Bears getting 10.5. 1 unit. This is an NFL football team. Thanksgiving, 10.5. I'm taking it. Steve and I going head-to-head on that one. What about the Giants? They're getting 4 against the Cowboys. Totals 37.5.
I make it 4.5. I said never again on the Giants. I will lean to the Dallas Cowboys. Oh, first half under. First half under. 19.5. I like the under. I like the first half under for 2 units.
Oh, first, are you putting that in?
Yes.
First half under, 19.5, 2 units from Steve. I don't know. I mean, any other situation, Steve, I would take the Giants here in a bounce back spot. The Cowboys' all-time letdown game after they just beat the Commanders in dramatic fashion. The Giants get embarrassed at home. It's a great bounce back spot. The problem is that they feel like the organization quit on them. So the players feel like they're quitting back on the organization. It's an ugly situation. I'll just lean to the Giants, but can't do it after what I saw. What about the Dolphins? They're getting 3.5 up in Green Bay Thursday night. Fish out of water there. I'm sure it's going to be cold in Green Bay. Total's 47, Steve.
Yes, so spot on. I bet the Dolphins early in the week, and I got off of it and played back Green Bay, and it's all about, you nailed it, it's going to be 25 in Green Bay, and it's the night game, for God's sakes, and Miami just played back-to-back games at home in nice weather. It's been a nice weather all year long. I cannot back the Fish in that cold of a night. Lean Green Bay.
So here's the deal. Tua said it right after the game Sunday. He's looking forward to eviscerating narratives about him in cold weather. Again, making me a little gun shy, but I love me some 3.5. I got 1 unit on the Dolphins. The weather, if it wasn't for the weather, I'd be 2 units on the Dolphins. How about the Black Friday game, Steve? The Raiders Chiefs, we don't really know who the quarterback is for the Raiders. We think Aiden O'Connell. The Raiders are getting 13, totals 42.5.
So my power rating says Raiders, but I can't do it because the Chiefs have had this Arrowhead game circled since they lost outright on Christmas last year. I'm going to pass the game.
I'm going to pass the game as well because of the Raiders quarterback situation. If it was Minshew, I would definitely take the Raiders plus the 13. I don't know if it's Ritter or Aiden O'Connell, but neither one of those guys do I have any faith in whatsoever. We finally get to Sunday, Seahawks and the Jets. Total's 41.5. Seahawks laying 2.5 on the road in New York.
Jets off a bye. I know it's a disaster in a lost season. I'm going to use them as one of my teaser legs on the Jets.
Totally agree. Taking the Jets up to 8.5. They are a good teaser leg this week. Coming off the bye. Seahawks off back-to-back thrilling wins. Good spot for the Jets. What about the spot for the Jags? They're hosting the Texans, coming off a bye. Texans are laying 5. Total's 43.5. Texans won't have Petrie. He partially tore his pec. The Jags will have Trevor Lawrence, it sounds like, and Doug Peterson made some changes during the bye, but he's not telling us what they are. Competitive reasons, Steve.
Yeah, so Jacksonville off the bye, and Houston has not had a bye. Houston gets their bye next week, and they're leaking oil. This is a team that absolutely got hammered by the Titans. Should have lost worse. Give me the Jags +5, 2 units.
We got a best bet. I don't like the Texans not having Petrie. I don't know what's going on with the Texans, but I'm showing some faith in the Jags. I mean, if they don't play well in this one, off a bye at home, then when are they gonna? Best bet, 2 units, Jacksonville +5. Close game, Texans win by a field goal. Love getting the 5 points there. Speaking of the 5, what about the Titans against the Commanders? Titans getting 5.5, totals 44.5, Steve.
And I make this game +5.5. +4.5. So value with the Titans. Washington, they're leaking oil as well. Just not playing well in any way, shape, or form. Give me the Titans 2 units.
Again, you and I, another best bet. Will Levis is playing better. The Titans defense is pretty good. Commanders are in a bad way. Commander, even if they win it, feels like it's going to be a field goal. Tennessee +5.5, 2 units, back-to-back best bets. What about the Cardinals and the Vikings? Cardinals are getting 3.5, totals 45.5, Steve.
So the Cardinals were in a bad spot. Team from the desert goes to the Pacific Northwest. Bad weather against Seattle. Stats were equal. I'm not going to dock them that much. I've got the Vikings favored by 3. That sounds like a very nominal edge, but it's very real. If I'm getting that all-important hook, give me Arizona 2 units.
Wow, this is incredible. 3 straight best bets. This never happens. I got the Cardinals as well. You know, they lost because of a pick 6, okay? That's why they lost to Seattle. The Cardinals are a pretty solid team. Now, I will say this. Darnold is playing better, but remember, Cam Robinson, the left tackle for the Vikings, got hurt at the end of that game, and Quessenberry came in, did not play well at all when he came in. So I like the Cardinals +3.5, 2 units, quite a bit. Steelers are getting 3, Steve, in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Totals 47.
So I'm on the Steelers +3. I get it, the Bengals off of a bye and desperate, but the Steelers are off a mini bye. So the spot isn't necessarily good for the Bengals. All Pittsburgh does is play close games in these divisional games. Pittsburgh 2 units.
Wow, this has never happened before. A 4th consecutive best bet. As you would say, Steve, who are the Bengals to be laying 3 points right now to the Pittsburgh Steelers? Even if the Bengals win, it's going to be by a field goal because that's what happens in these AFC North games. Love the Steelers +3, 2 units. What about the Colts? They're laying 3 on the road against the Patriots. Totals 42.5.
Who are the Colts to be laying 3? I mean, I got to be honest, it's my favorite card of the year. The Colts couldn't score against Detroit. Richardson can't complete a forward pass. It should be a close game. I don't know who wins. New England +3, 2 units.
Wow, that's awesome. I'll do it with you. I mean, I'm a little bit skeptical of the Patriots, the way they played, but they played so bad against the Dolphins. It was a step back. I think that they're all in to not take another step back. Feels like a field goal game either way. If we lose, we push. I'll take it. Colts, Patriots. Give me the Patriots +3, 2 units. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive best bets on the Even Money podcast. It's never happened before. Jack, you better make sure that you put that in the social media post at Ross Tucker Pod, because this is incredible right now. Steve and I, we don't talk about this before the show. We each make our bets and see how it goes. What about the Chargers laying 1.5 against the Falcons plus 1.5? I have a feeling I know where you're going. I know where I'm going.
Well, I'm going to tease Atlanta. And by the way, all our teasers, we just give our legs, but we do every combination for 2 units. 6-point teaser, minus 120. DraftKings has the best odds in the industry. Don't be laying more than minus 120. But I'm also going to play the over. I've been on the Charger over train, Ross, 3 straight weeks. Every game went under for the Chargers, and then I said it's time to start playing their overs. Herbert's 100% healthy. Defense is overrated because they don't get to defend against Spencer Rattler all year long and the stiff quarterbacks they faced the first half of the year. Over for 2 units.
I agree. I mean, the Chargers defense has not looked that great, and the Falcons defense has been horrendous all year. It's another best bet, 2 units on the Chargers Falcons over 47. And yes, the Falcons are a teaser leg for me as well, going up to plus 7.5. What about Bucks Panthers? Panthers are getting 6 at home. Totals 46.5.
Well, if the favorites have a big week, I may not show up next week because I make it 4.5. I think Carolina's playing very well. They get a moral victory last week. Carolina plus 6, 2 units.
Yeah, this has never happened before, not even close. I don't understand why the Bucks are favored by this much, the way the Panthers are playing right now. Now the Bucks lose Whitehead, their safety. Give me Bryce Young, Carolina Panthers. They've got the momentum right now. They've got the belief. That loss to the Chiefs just kind of reinforced that the Panthers feel like they're a good team right now. They could win this game outright. It's a close game. I love the Panthers plus 6. 2 more units. Man, this could go very well or very poorly for us, Steve. Rams, Saints. The Saints are getting 3 at home against the Rams. Totals 48.5.
Yeah, so short week for the Rams and the New Orleans off the bye. New Orleans has resurrected their season. I love the dogs this week. New Orleans 2 units plus 3.
Wow, this is a crazy card. We've never had this many bets before. Never. This is insane. I'm with you. Saints plus 3, 2 units. They might win the game outright. I don't know if they lost momentum during the bye, but they were awesome before they went in the bye with this interim head coach, Darren Rizzi. They got some belief now. Saints plus 3, 2 units. Yet another best bet. What about the Eagles? They are playing the Ravens. Eagles getting 2.5, totals 50.
Yeah, so Philly will be one of my teaser legs. I'm not so sure we're not going to get plus 3, but I'm going to put them in as the teasers. This is the spot of the year for the Eagles. Why? Because it's the worst spot of the year for Baltimore, the Harbaugh Bowl, Monday Night Football. What a situation. And now Baltimore has to fly all the way back to the East Coast and play the second best team in the NFL. Baltimore's the third best team. Eagles and teasers in a close game.
Totally agree. Eagles are my third teaser leg as well. They are playing awesome right now. They might lose to the Ravens. They might lose. They're not losing. I'd be surprised if they lose by 2 scores. That would really surprise me. Steve, I don't know if your wife is a good cook or not. I'm telling you right now, whether she is or not, you need to get her on HelloFresh. It is awesome. We actually, I just got some new recipes. And my wife works full-time also, so our nanny made them. Absolutely delicious. The sausage was incredible. I actually think I have 1 or 2 still in the fridge. I need to go check out. It's nutritious, it's fresh, and it's not hard to make per my nanny. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free even money. Applied across 7 boxes. New subscribers only, varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/free even money. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh.com/free even money. Excitement level is high, by the way, Jack. 2 days away, Wednesday, getting the 2 new entry doors installed. We talked about it a couple years ago. If you go to westshorehome.com/Ross, number one, you can see what my old door looked like and my new. We'll do this again on Wednesday. Wait till you see how much better it's going to look. My detached garage, like office studio door, is heinous. Cannot wait to get the new door from westshorehome.com/Ross. By the way, still, you can get a new shower installed by Christmas or it's free. At least that's what it says here. Let me know, West Shore, if that's not the case. They listen. Free installation plus 18 months, no interest, no payments. That would be an amazing holiday gift for your family. A new shower or even a new entry door. Just visit westshorehome.com/Ross. westshorehome.com/Ross. I'm so fired up for Wednesday. All right, now we get, Steve, to the game I'll be in the booth for. So, by the way, Friday, CBS, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Stanford, San Jose State on big CBS. The Silicon Valley Showdown, battle for the almighty microchip. By the way, I made up both of those, but I'm going to go with it for the game, I think. It's actually the Bill Walsh Legacy game or Bill Walsh Legacy Bowl. At any rate, Sunday night I'll be in the booth for Westwood One on the radio. Niners, Bills. Niners are getting 6.5. Totals 46. Does sound like Brock Purdy at this point, Steve, will play.
So I'm going to use the Bills in a teaser. What am I doing teasing a 6.5 point favorite? And here's why. Because the Bills are essentially 7 everywhere else. So now I'm getting a cheap price. They only have to win. I'm teasing minus 6.5 down to minus 0.5. And so that's enough to push me over the edge. The Bills are going to win this game. I'm going to use the Bills as the last leg in my teaser combinations.
I'm not doing it. I have a bad feeling about this one with Purdy coming back, Sunday Night Football. I hope you're right for Bills fans, my beloved Bills fans, but I'm staying away from this one as a teaser leg. I might regret it, but I'm going to stay away from this one. I got no play on this one. If anything, I think I would lean to the Niners getting the 6.5 with them getting Purdy back in this game. Again, assuming Purdy is back in this game. What about Monday night? It's the Browns and the Broncos. Broncos are laying 5.5. The total's 42.
So I'm going to make the case for the favorite here. So I think the Broncos are an above average team, and I think this is a kill spot against a Cleveland Brown team. Yeah, they got their big division win. They made their snow angels. It was a great story. Denver is good, and Cleveland is a very bad football team. Denver minus 5.5, 2 units.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Not with the way the Browns played the other night. Monday night game. I think the Browns come out and play well. I think this is a very close game that could go either way. I'll just lean actually to Cleveland getting the 5.5. They also got extra time to rest and prepare. Make sure you check us both out on social media. He's at Fezzik Sports. I'm at Ross Tucker NFL. We love when you rate and review the show. You can check us out at Ross Tucker Pod. People love the YouTube, youtube.com/Ross Tucker NFL. And right now, go to patreon.com/RT Media so you can see all these bets. Patreon.com/RT Media. Good luck, everybody. Hope you guys win some money.
Thanks for tuning in to Even Money. Make sure to also check out the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Fantasy Feast, and College Draft, all on the DraftKings Network, YouTube, or subscribe to the podcast on your favorite platform.